It's the On Stage podcast with Chris Robert. Welcome to another podcast. We're almost at episode 75, which I appreciate on my previous guests and this new one that we have. We're all excellent. Love their singings. Love their type of voice they have. Love everything about them. November 11th will be actually the first year that On Stage has been in existence, and let's look forward to another 5 years. Today is special, and thank you all for joining us. But today's special. We have a 19-year-old singer-songwriter from my hometown. Can you believe it? From my hometown. And now, at age 7, she began taking piano lessons at Walters Music. And I'm going to tell you that my vocal coach was actually at Walters when it was at Square One. Not necessarily at the Battlefield one where it is now, but when it was at Square One, I knew everyone. I had a great vocal coach named Alexis. It was excellent. But knowing that she later discovered a passion for singing, songwriting at 12 years old. But we're going to talk to her now. We're going to introduce her. Her name is Jasy.
Hi.
Hello, Jasy.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Can you hear me okay?
No.
Well,
But that's okay. I mean, even though you're on a live stream, everyone wants to know how real and genuine you are. We're not trying to be perfect, right?
that's right. Yeah.
But just kind of move up a little bit, maybe near the microphone, and we'd be able to hear you.
When I'm talking, I'll just come closer to the
Awesome.
mic. Can you hear
Look
me?
at that, everyone. Awesome.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. So we have someone that you might know wants to say hi to you.
Oh, hi, Kayla.
Hi,
That's what
Kayla. Nice to
about.
see you that you're here. I'm not sure who your friends are, but I'm glad that you have them.
Yeah.
So everyone who is watching right now, please, if you have a question, please type a Q and then the question, and we will gather those up. Okay, hi, Jasy. I love your name. I'm glad that's a short form. Now, I don't think you gave me permission to give your full name. I'm just going to say that Jazz has mine at the end of it.
Yeah.
Okay, Jazz, could you give us a little bit of background of who you are and let us know what you've been up to the first 18 years of your life?
Well, my name is Jasy, and as you said earlier, I started taking piano lessons at 7 years old, also at Walters Music School in Square One. So it was the same place as you where you took your vocal lessons. I grew up in a very musical household. My father was an R&B singer, so I grew up listening to a lot of different genres in the house. And so I'm also mixed race, so I got to hear music from every country that I'm from. And I discovered my passion for singing at 12 years old, and it just flew off from there.
I love that. Yeah, I mean, how young you were and listening to your mom's. I didn't know your mom was a singer herself, but hi. It's nice
I
to
know
see.
my father was.
No, your
Yeah.
father was. Okay. Awesome. Wow. So, yeah, that's excellent. I really like that. Um, yes, I was going to ask. So, you said you were mixed race. That's good. I don't know if you know Shuba, but she came up with a really nice new song called True Colors. Beautiful.
Oh no, I haven't heard it yet. Tell me about it.
Yeah, I'm trying to get her on the podcast, but she's so busy. But yes. So can you tell us about if your parents or your father got you into music? Can you let us know what inspired you to make music, to be in music?
Yeah, so of course I always love watching documentaries with different singers. I love listening to stories, like watching those little YouTube documentaries of singers that are pretty big today. And I kind of heard their story and seeing from where they came from. You would expect that they came from a wealthy family where they would already have the advantage to be a good singer, but most of them actually came from where I started. So that really inspired me to kind of, say to myself, oh, it doesn't matter where I'm starting. I just know what I want to do and where I want to get to.
Yeah. Your voice is now kind of coming in a little bit gravelly. Something wrong with the mic or something. I'm sure that we can correct that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get a microphone in right now. We're
Okay,
just
should
working.
go do it. That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
But everyone, yes, and I will let you know about Jazz. Now, I don't know if anybody out there is familiar that we have a little town called Streetsville, and she was at the Bread and Honey Festival, and she was doing the um, talent, Mississauga's Teens Got Talent, which was just a few months ago, and she won. So my friend and I took a video and just Jazzy, your voice is amazing.
Thank you.
Loved it.
Oh,
Yes. So how would you describe like Rising Queen? I love that video. It's got quite a interesting type of music to it. Whatever inspired you to create that? Like, what was your creative process in that making that song possible?
yeah, so for those who don't know, I actually wrote that song when I was living in Belgium. So when I was living in Belgium, I really wanted to be a singer, and Rising Queen was my first single to be released. So it took a lot of time and thinking to see what kind of song I wanted to release as my first one. And when I found that song, I wrote the lyrics for it. It inspired me because I want to be someone one day, and that song really kind of shows that. It talks about this girl in the future, which is me, and I kind of say where she's going, how she looks like, and who she is as a person. So that's basically the inspiration of the song and where it came from.
Yeah. Um, what came first, the lyrics or the music?
So first, I really wanted to release a song as my first one. So I was looking for beats. I already knew the kind of song that I wanted, what the lyrics that I wanted, and the message that I wanted to kind of portray in the song. So I looked for a beat. I wrote the lyrics off of that, and then it just went off from there. I took it to get it mixed and mastered, and then it was released.
Did you happen to go to Metalworks to get that done, or did you go to the one in Toronto?
No, I actually recorded it, and I recorded it in Belgium. And then, yes, and I released it here when I flew to Canada.
That's excellent. Wow, because I'm part Dutch and I was in Belgium. I loved it.
Oh, really? Where are you from? From
Well,
Belgium?
no, I'm from here, but my dad was born in Curacao.
Okay.
And when I went to Belgium, we also went to a little town called Eindhoven, which is pretty good. And
Ah,
then we
yeah.
drove
And
to Paris, France. It was beautiful. Loved it. Can't wait to go back. I'm thinking of going back next year to Holland because it would have been my dad's 100th birthday.
oh, wow.
So I might go in July or August of next year, Lord willing, and go to Curacao and then travel to where he traveled.
Yes.
Like go to certain places up to Amsterdam, all the way up to the end. I don't know if I can do that in 2 weeks, but we'll see.
I
But you never
actually
know.
I actually went to Belgium for a week this summer in
Nice.
Leuven.
Nice. So thank you for that. So do you have another song that's coming up? Another beautiful one like that?
Yes. So I actually just recorded, and we are in the process of finishing the song. It is called Belladonna, and I'm really, really excited for everyone to hear the song. It's about a girl who wants to travel the world, who wants to see the world, and the lyrics honestly are so beautiful in this song. I love the instrumental. Myself, my producer actually helped us produce the music itself. So it's going to be very different from the songs that I already released, but it's definitely going to be something that everyone will love to hear.
I noticed that when I turn off your echo cancellation, that you sound better.
Oh, now it sounds better?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Sorry, everyone. but this is Jasy, and she's not going to let a problem with sound or microphone, you know, bring her down. That's awesome. So that's excellent. So who would you most like to collaborate with?
Are we talking about like anyone at all?
Anyone.
Okay, I would absolutely love to collaborate with Janae Aiko.
Who's that?
She
Sorry.
Janae Aiko, she's an R&B singer. She's actually one of my favorite singers. I also love Summer Walker. They're both very like R&B. So I would honestly, it would be my dream to collaborate with them one day.
Yeah, if you actually if you talk right there, you're excellent. Your voice is
Perfect. Yeah.
excellent.
Uh, could you hear what I said?
Yeah,
All right.
Jenny Aiko. Yeah. I was thinking you were going to say someone like Jennifer Lopez or um, oh my goodness, what's the name of that woman right now? The one who always gets in a lot of problems. Oh, well, must be my age, but I'll think about it.
Okay.
Um, yes. So that's great. Yeah. So, and now that we know who look at this. Someone named Ramos thinks you're very talented. Hi, Ramos.
That's actually my boyfriend.
Woohoo. Excellent.
Yeah.
Um, so you said that you want to collaborate with them. If you could open up a show for any artist, I suppose it would be them as well.
Honestly, it would be a dream to open up a show for anybody. That's honest. I don't care what they're singing. It would just be a dream to open up a show for anyone. But yeah, definitely like I love J-Lo as well. Her shows are fantastic with the backup dancers and her singing is just phenomenal. So it would be a dream to open up for her as well. So anyone.
Tell you the truth, I love to open up for Sting, for Josh Groban. I love to open up for Celine Dion. In the beginning, I never really liked Celine Dion, but then I found certain songs I liked. So I started just gathering all the Dion songs that I liked and putting in like 15, 20 of them. And I love you, Jesse. You go, girl.
Aw.
You get a lot of fans here, I tell you. Everyone loves you. Um,
You guys
but
too.
yes. Uh, but yes. So if you could open up for Tony Bennett, maybe.
I actually don't listen to his music that much. Yeah. But
No,
as I
no.
said, it would open up for anybody.
So if your father wanted to start singing again, would you open up for him?
Of course. Of course. I would open up for anybody, especially my father.
So what would you be doing right now if it wasn't for your music?
Oh, like in life
Yeah.
or okay, so I'm actually in university and I'm currently studying to become a lawyer. So I currently have like two paths that
Oh wow.
yes, yeah. So I do mock trials. For those who don't know, it's like a competition where you pretend you're in court and you're the lawyer and you handle a case just like how they would in court. So I really love litigation, and if I wouldn't be doing music, I would still continue with law, and vice versa. If I wasn't doing law, I would do music like entirely. But right now it's 50-50.
I know a singer songwriter who's actually a lawyer, and what she does some very specialized stuff. But are you going to be the type of person who's going to say, "We have someone here that was accused"? You're going to be singing your way down.
Oh yes, I'm gonna have to defend them in my singing voice, of course.
You say, The only way I can actually defend you is if I can sing in front of you, judge." And the judge
And
stands up. You can do this because I used to be a soprano too, and now I'm a George.
yes,
Like that.
I
Yeah.
mean, hopefully they'll be found not guilty if I sing,
Yeah.
so I'll win the case for sure.
Well, Valet says, "Hey Jesse, I love your songs. I love them too. Thank you,
Thank
Val.
you.
Appreciate that." And Amber says, "I'm so proud of you. You're so talented." Hi, Amber.
Hi, Amber. Thank you so much. You're so sweet.
That's excellent. Um, so you want to be a lawyer, huh? Oh, that's you. So, but you're still going to pursue your singing, right?
Oh, for sure. It's not that I'll become a lawyer and I'll just quit music, especially because everyone that has heard me sing has said never give up on music. Every single person. And it's honestly the funniest thing ever. Everyone keeps telling me no matter what happens in your life, continue music. And so obviously I'm going to do that. The plan is not to give up on it. But it is my dream to also be a singer as well as a lawyer. And I think it's very possible. So,
Hey, everyone, you have any more questions for the question and answer at the end? Please put them here, and then what I'll do is I'll favoritize them and then ask them at the end. Um, is a question here someone was going to say, but I don't think I want to say it. Kind of embarrassing song. Okay, I'll say it. Do you sing in the shower?
of who doesn't sing in the shower?
Well, you don't get anybody stamping on the floor above you and said, okay.
Honestly, my brother's room is right across. I'm currently in the my home studio. So it's right across my brother's room, and every night for like since I came back from Europe, he's just been hearing me sing all the time, and he never complains. So, so that must be a good thing.
Yeah. Yes. So, where have you performed, and what are your favorite and least favorite venues?
So the very first place that I performed was at this it was kind of like a school show. It was after school and anyone could just come in and sing. So that was my very first performance. I'm sure some people that are in the live right now remember. It was in Belgium. And I did perform at quite a few school events. And my favorite one so far was honestly the Bread and Honey Festival. I had a blast there. I got to meet such amazing, talented girls. And I really loved the song that I sang as well. And the venue it was a really nice day. It was a festival. The vibes were there. Everyone was ready to kind of hear people sing. So I really love that venue the most.
What did you think of Kendra? Do you like her music?
I love Kendra. I listen to her music all the time now. My favorite song is actually the one that that she recently released, which is Shopping Mall. So I love her song so much. And it was so nice meeting her. And a funny story, actually. Right before I entered for the Bread and Honey Festival, and I actually told her this in person, I wasn't sure if I wanted to sign up for the contest. You know, kind of, I had some anxiety about it. And then I went on Facebook and I saw that she was the winner of, I think it was 2019. And she explained how this event gave her lots of opportunities, and she was actually the one that kind of like inspired me to sign up. I was like, you know what? If Kendra can do it, then I can do it. And so I told her that in person, and she was like, "Oh, that's so sweet. I'm so glad that I inspired you to sign up for the event." And I have no regrets at all for that.
Yeah, I actually invited both you and her on as a podcast, but I haven't heard back from her. But it's no rush. You just ask, and you don't push anybody. And I'm so happy that you were able to join us today.
Thank you
Um,
for having me.
you're very welcome. So I wanted to ask this next question, but I want to get into your voice now. Do you have a vocal?
Got it.
That's it.
So sorry, everyone, for the
Oh,
tone
don't worry, Jazz. You're
of that
amazing.
audio.
So
Yeah. One
real and genuine. That's all. Well, my cat's
second.
sleeping. So
Okay. Oh,
wow.
better?
Oh, 100.
Okay. Hopefully, it's gonna stay like this, and I can actually hear you better as well, so that's good.
Wow.
All right.
Well, that's
Better?
okay. No matter how you sounded, you could even go like, people would still listen to you. So let's talk about your voice now. Did you figure out your vocal range?
Yeah, so I've never taken vocal lessons, but I've always kind of what's it called? I've always kind of practiced, and I always try to look for my vocal range, which I'm still today. I'm still kind of figuring out what that is, but yeah, I can sing pretty much from low to high, so that's yeah. But I like to sing what's it called? I don't like to sing too many high notes, just because I'm not Mariah Carey yet. So,
You mean the
but
F5? Yeah.
yeah, the F5 is very high for me. So
Yeah. Today, I actually, my brother just sent me a video. A male soprano is known as a sopranist,
the
which is in a
Sopranos.
high falsetto vocal range. And someone
Mm-hmm.
told me that there are male sopranos, and it's been proven. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. I like my. I started at Studio Studios, which is at Burnhamthorpe. There, my teacher was Roberta, and she was really good. And I did a couple of shows. I was actually doing one at the Living Arts Center.
Oh
I love it.
wow.
Yeah, and I want to get out there and start singing again. But I do sing with other people online, and we sing duets from all around the world. And I try a lot of the opera and Nessun Dorma. I know everyone's saying, "Oh, enough of that Nessun Dorma." Every podcast you mention Nessun Dorma. Well, Nessun Dorma is my Mount Everest song. So one day I'll be able to plant the flag at the top of that mountain and say, "I can do Nessun Dorma."
Well,
But right.
you should definitely get back to it. I would for sure come to your events
Oh, thank
when
you very
you.
much.
Yeah.
Yes. Do you have, before we start the next question, do you have a Mount Everest song?
Uh, whoa, that's actually a difficult question. I cannot think of one actually. Actually, no, I'm lying. My Mount Everest song definitely has to be Seven Nation Army. I sang that one at the Bread and Honey Festival. That's the song that runs through my head all the time. I love singing it. I love the meaning behind it. So that would definitely be my Mount Everest song.
Yeah, everyone has one of those. And
Yeah.
but it doesn't mean that once you can attain that and once you can sing that doesn't mean that you've arrived. Okay, you can. You can arrive. uh, so how do you feel the internet has impacted the music business? Do you, like, for instance, I don't know if you're familiar with musician Jan Arden, one of my favorites, but she realized that a lot of her albums she actually produced at home and she released and recorded at home. I see that you have a home recording studio as well.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. So that's the way to do it. But it has impacted the music industry and AI as well. I actually heard them take some music from those who have passed away, like Michael Jackson and Amy Winehouse, and
Samples.
they use an AI,
Yeah.
and it was able to write songs and sing as Amy Winehouse, but it's all AI.
Wow. I've never
Yeah.
heard of that actually.
And the same thing with ABBA. They did after 40 years, they did a show using hologram versions of themselves from 1976,
Oh.
and they were singing all the songs in the background. Yeah, I mean, like, that's possible. One day you're going to be watching a band who's completely made up of androids and robots, and I don't
It's
think it's fair.
expected. It's expected, honestly.
Then that'll eliminate the person. Like, you don't want that. You want to be able to, go there. And you don't want to see a version of the Rolling Stones and Mick Jagger's or like a robot because he's got all electronic parts.
Yeah. You want to see them live.
You want to see them live. I live.
Yeah,
um,
live as well.
yeah. What
Yeah.
is Jazz? What is your favorite song to perform?
My favorite song to perform, well, I've been practicing one and it is not released yet, but I would have to say that it's one of mine. I'm going to be releasing it soon, and it's honestly a great song. I love singing it. It has a really nice instrumental background to it as well. It's really nice to just, you can listen to it anywhere. So I'm really excited that I'm going to be performing that soon, but I think that one so far has been one of my favorites to sing.
That's awesome. Do you suffer from performance anxiety? Are you nervous all the time when you go up and sing in front of all these people?
I think anyone who's performing in front of a crowd would have a little bit of anxiety, but it never reached a point where I had to take a moment and just kind of breathe. I was like, okay, you know what? They're here to see me, they're here to hear me sing. So I'm just going to get up on stage and give them the show that they want and give them the show that I want them to see. So, yeah.
Yeah, but there's always some sort of nervousness. Like even when I was
Yes.
performing at the, what the Hammerson Hall there, um, I went in there. I was completely in my suit, and then another guy that I was singing with, Joseph, was there, um, and we were gonna sing our respective songs. And I went there, I saw all these people around, like hundreds of people, and said, "These people aren't here to watch us." And I was so afraid. I'm like, I'm going to be singing in front of hundreds of people today. I was so nervous. And then I went in there and I was thinking, oh, I don't believe it. And then when it came time for me to sing, almost half of those people were gone. And I said, oh, I see. So what happened is that everyone who went up to sing, their family members got up from the audience and collected them, went home. So that by the time it got to me, there was 80 people left. So I'm like, these are the amount of people I like to sing in front. 80 people, that's
Yeah.
enough.
No,
81, I have nervousness. Yeah.
yeah, there's definitely nervousness if you're gonna sing in front of anybody. Even I sometimes even get nervous just a little bit when I'm singing in front of my mom or my dad. But at this point, I'm pretty sure a lot of people have already heard me sing. So the worst that can happen is I just sing a note wrong, but nothing else. I always think the worst that can happen is just I sing something wrong. But more than that, nothing more embarrassing can happen to me. So, you know.
What do you think of Demi Lovato?
I was such a big fan of her when I was younger. I loved watching her shows and her music. Wow, her vocal range is insane, especially in her song Heart Attack.
Yeah.
I think she did an absolute great job on that. And even till today, I kind of listen to her music a little bit less just because my taste changed a bit. But I was definitely a huge fan since I was little.
Yeah. What do you think? Are you a big Backstreet Boys fan as well?
Oh, well, that was actually, we used to listen to it a lot in the car when I was younger. My parents did like Backstreet Boys a lot. Um, so yeah, I would say that I really like them.
I actually like Backstreet Boys. Some of the songs I've sung, a lot of them, like um, also "World of Our Own." There's a song by Westlife. You ever heard of Westlife?
No, I haven't.
They're the actual UK version of Backstreet Boys, actually, and I like them
Oh,
too. Yeah.
okay.
And also Sean Mendes. You're a big fan of him too.
Shawn Mendes, yes. His song was actually, I sang one of his songs for the first time in front of a big crowd. So, so yeah, the song was Stitches. But yeah,
Because I'm not sure about that one.
I would love to collaborate with him though. So, of course, he's a fellow Canadian singer. So,
Yeah. What about that Rodrigo girl? I can't remember what her first name. I'm trying to look up.
Olivia
Yeah,
Rodrigo.
Olivia Rodrigo. Do you like her?
Yes, I love her albums. I love her songs. I actually follow her on TikTok, so I'm always listening to her stuff as well.
Well, don't say anything, but I'm a big, huge Taylor Swift fan, actually.
Oh, you're a Swiftie?
I am a Swifty, yeah. Anybody out there who's a Swifty? There's a membership convention coming up. No, just kidding.
I think she is going to be having a concert soon in
She's
Toronto.
really nice. I know someone who actually invited her tongue in cheek to their birthday party, and she actually showed up.
Oh, wow.
So I just sent her a message to, hi, I'm a podcast. Would you like to be on the podcast? Didn't hear from her.
Well, hopefully she'll answer.
um, Also, you like that? Who's that one with the green hair? I can't remember her name now.
Billie Eilish?
Yeah, do you like Billie Eilish?
Yes, huge fan of Billie Eilish. I love her songs. She has like a very soothing voice.
She does.
So whenever I feel like just listening to something calm, I actually put some of her songs on.
Yeah, my favorite is actually her brother Phineas. He's got some pretty good songs too. I'm a big
He
Phineas.
actually produces her music too.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
actually a pretty good singer too. I just love his music, and you just have a feel for music. You listen to someone, you're like, okay, who are they? And you get into them, and then there's people you don't really like listening to, and then they come up with this really nice song, and then you just start listening to that song. And people say, "Oh, so you like their music?" No, just the one. but Phineas is pretty good. Um, so here's something for you. Now we're going to get back right into your life here. What is the most trouble you got into?
The most trouble? Well, other than like school trouble, I haven't ever really gotten into like trouble, you know? Just like things like getting into detention for silly things that I did as a kid, but that's pretty much it.
So what is the best advice you've been given, and do you follow it today?
Um, Honestly, live your life to the fullest. That's advice that I've heard, and I also live by it as well. I think it's advice that everyone should go by. Live your life to the fullest.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Live life to the fullest. Um, if you could change anything about the industry, what would it be?
Give the spotlight to smaller artists. I think that's a huge problem that I've honestly seen with many people, and also like smaller artists have a bigger chance of signing bad contracts with people or getting into record labels that kind of take away their freedom from owning their own music and stuff. So I think it's just kind of like give a chance to the smaller artists, kind of help them out a little bit, you know, like make it a bit easier for them to make it there, you know.
Yeah, that's exactly. My advice is usually there's I don't know if you see the white plaque above there, but
Yeah,
it says believe.
that's right.
So every time I get it, it's like, oh, believe, you know. So
Believe that's right.
yes. So if somebody came up to you and said, "Hey, Jazzy, I want to sing just like you. Is there any personality trait or strength that I need in order to be successful?"
You just honestly need to be yourself. Don't try to copy other artists' voice. That's a problem that I had when I was younger. I didn't know what my voice was. So I would put on a different singer's song and I would try to mimic their voice. When in reality, I didn't know that everyone has their own unique voice and you have to kind of figure out what that is. But as for personality trait, just be yourself. Don't tell fake stories. Don't try to copy other people. Be your own unique self. And that also goes for your voice. Figure it out and learn what your voice is and know what kind of singer you want to be or musician, even.
Yeah, I noticed by your song "Criminal," it's sort of like um, does have pretty good words to them too. Well, what was the purpose? Is that through an experience or something?
So it's actually a bilingual song.
Yeah,
And I sang it in the beginning, it's in French, and then in the other half, it's English.
yeah,
So the song is just it honestly hearing it in both languages was a really cool twist that I added. And in the beginning of it, I also say, "Wait, let's switch this," and then we switch it to English. So I thought that was pretty cool.
yeah. I love the song. I like how you do it. Also, 5-star rate as well. Like,
Yeah. So 5 star rate is actually with a an artist from Belgium, Red Kite, and he texted me one day. He was like, "Hey, I have this beat that I think you would sound great on. Would you like to collaborate?" And so I actually recorded that at home in my home studio. I have like a little soundproof box with the microphone in it, and so I sang. My dad recorded it. We sent it over, and it was mixed and mastered. So
oh
yeah,
wow, that's amazing. Yes, all your music is wonderful. But
thank
we all
you.
love Rising Queen, and everyone, all our music is in the description. And just 10 minutes before we actually started the podcast, I had put Rising Queen video in there, so you can watch how good a video that is as well. So, Jasy, why are you so passionate about what you do?
Oh, that's actually a good question. I've never been asked. I've never been asked that question before. Why am I so passionate about what I do? I think I love to. I'm a very what's it called? I like to communicate, and sometimes I can't find ways to communicate with words itself. So I do it through music, through sound. I do it through poems as well. I do it through art. I'm a very artistic person. So I do what I do because I just want to inspire people. I want people to hear my music and feel safe when they hear it. I want them to feel like, oh, wow, I really love this artist. So that's honestly why I'm really passionate about it.
Well, that's excellent. Would you consider yourself an introvert or an extrovert? Like, are you an introvert? Is the way you sing or an extrovert? Is it different? Like,
Yeah, so people would think that I'm extroverted because I speak very, what's it called? I'm good at public speaking and stuff, but I'm actually very introverted. I like my own space. I like to have time to myself. I like to have a close friend circle as well. But with my music, I would say that it kind of portrays an ambivert character of me. Like it shows part of my extroverted side, but also introverted. So yeah.
well, that's excellent. Yeah. Um, so, what challenge in your life shaped you the most? Would you say?
It was probably when I moved to Belgium at 12 years old. That was a really difficult time in my life because Mississauga was my home, and we moved there for my dad's work for 5 years. And during those 5 years, it was a difficult time for me to leave my friends behind, to leave my hometown, leave my school, and things that I wanted to do. It was really, really difficult, but I really enjoyed my time in Europe. I got to meet people, and that kind of changed my perspective a little bit. So I, um, I would say that that was probably the most challenging thing that I experienced.
Goed. Heel goed hoor.
Heel goed, yeah.
Goed. Heel
I
goed.
also speak Dutch, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Excellent. So, tell me about the three most influential people in your life and how they impacted you.
Okay. So one of them is actually a singer. She's unfortunately not alive anymore, but I love Selena. Not Selena Gomez, but Selena,
Yeah.
the Tejano singer.
Mhm.
I love her so much. She really shows that she is a self-made person, and with her music and her story. I don't know if you watched her series on Netflix.
No, I watched the movie from some
The
time ago.
movie with
Yeah.
J-Lo.
Yeah.
Yes, so her story really inspired me. And then my family also really inspires me a lot to do what I do. They always motivate me. My mom, my dad, my brother, my aunts, uncles, my grandparents as well. My family they're very, very supportive. Yeah, and then the last person that really pushes me whenever I feel like I'm not good enough for something is actually my boyfriend. He's always there to motivate me. He's always showing me like, oh, hey, you are good. Look at a video from you from 2 years ago, how you used to sing and how you sing today. And he really helps me kind of like find passion for writing music and being motivated.
Yes, you're talking about Ramos.
Yes, his name is Pablo. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Pablo. Um, so, what do you think you'll be up? Actually, should I say that question? What do you think the world will look like in 5 years?
Oh, I think in 5 years it'll kind of I think it will be a little bit like how it is today. Everyone thinks that in 5 years, though, flying cars, robots and stuff, music industry will go down. No, I think it's going to be kind of the same as today, just a bit more. I think it's going to be easier for people to kind of put themselves out there. We already have social media today, so it's so easy to put yourself out there, especially on TikTok or Instagram. However, climate-wise, I'm very passionate about the environment. I think that it is probably going to get worse over time. So, yeah.
I think you're right. I think there might be more. Like, for instance, there's a nice game you can play on PlayStation called Detroit Become Human, where androids and robots take over in 2038.
2038. I think
But
that sounds a bit more realistic
it's
than
a
five
it's a
years.
really great game, and you have two characters, Connor and Kara, and you can be one of them. And as soon as you become sentient, then Connor and his group come after you because robots, obviously, androids can't be sentient.
Yeah,
They can't think for themselves, and it's an interesting
exactly.
game. So you never know. We might have a world of like there's a Bruce Willis movie called Surrogates, where you just instead of just going out, you can just get your Android self to go out and work for you, and all you do is lie down in your bathrobe all day. But then you start, you know, you're gonna.
Yeah.
And it was an interesting movie. I'm not gonna share with you the end, but the ending, I went, it's incredible. But so, do you think networking is critical in the music industry?
I think networking is important for anything that you want to do. You want to be successful, you have to have the right connections. You want to have supporters, connect with them too. Don't look at them as your fans. Network with them. Make them your friends, you know? That it's also very important if you want to make it there in the music industry, you kind of have to get to know people. Even if you're introverted, I have to kind of step out of the box a bit and meet people, open up. And that also goes for law as well, because I want to study law, as I said. So for that, it's really important to network.
Yeah, that's very interesting. That's true. You have to network in order because one person will know one person, another person, and that person
Yes.
is the one that gets you where you want to be.
It's a cycle, yeah.
It is. It's a cycle. So, how do you want to be remembered, Jasy?
I want to be remembered by how I inspire people and how I hopefully help them change their lives. That goes for music and for law. I want to help people and inspire them.
Yeah. Um, yeah, everyone wants to be remembered, and they'll say, "What do you want your tombstone to say?" And but you can just live one day at a time, right? Just
That's
produce
right.
music and let people listen to it, and
I agree with that completely. One day at a time is my life motto.
yeah. So, what is the meaning of life for you, Jasy?
I think life is how you want to make it. Life, you can say that, oh, whatever happens to me, that's how life is. No, I think life is like how you see things and how you choose to live your life.
Yeah, and you can also there's certain lyrics to songs that, like for instance, if you probably don't know or remember, I think you're too young. A group called Doug and the Slugs, they have a good song called
Um,
Day by Day, and that's my go-to song. What about
I
you?
will I will listen to that for sure.
Yeah, Day by Day, it's go-to song. And whenever I'm feeling down, I will listen to that song and I will sing that song, and then I'm back on my feet again. Ninto says, "Keep the Ento, keep the good work up."
Thank you.
Thank you. We need to hear that. Keep the
That's
good
so
work up,
sweet.
Jesse.
Thank you so much.
Um, actually, I want to ask you. Well, actually, why not? Are you happy?
Yes, I am happy. Of course.
That's good.
It,
Yes. So let us start the Q&A right now. And before we do that, I just want to what you think of two things. One thing is social thing like veganism. What do you think of veganism?
I'm personally a meat lover. I like chicken. I like, you know, I like anything. So I support it. But for veganism, I think that, you do you, you know?
Yeah, I have a friend who's a staunch vegan, so but I still like eating vegan, but like
Vegan food is really good, but I
it
don't think
is.
I can fully commit to that. Um, every single day. I think that's a lot of you have to think a lot before you eat something.
Okay, let's ask you this one question and we'll go with the Q&A because I know everyone just send in your question and answer. Remember, just type a Q and then the question and then we will get Jazzy to respond. Um, what is your biggest takeaway you hope listeners will learn?
um, just be yourself. Be yourself and live life in a positive way.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, we're going to start the question and answer. Okay, so the one question is from your friend. Are you ever planning on signing, auditioning for labels so you'll be promoted more and get you more recognized?
I think that I think that that's something that you would have to look into a lot before getting into it. Like, for example, if a label came up to me and they were like, "Hey, do you want us? We want to sign you." I think that would take a lot of research. I would have to know the kind of artists that they promote, the kind of music that they like to make. Contracts, of course, you have to read those twice. But if it fits right and if I think it's a good label, then maybe. But for now, I kind of like doing it solo. So,
Okay. Then I can ask this question then. Why don't you sign up to see if you can maybe be on The Voice or some sort of Canadian Idol maybe?
yeah, so I actually almost went on The Voice in Belgium. One of my girlfriends, she actually won The Voice of 2017.
Nice.
And I was going to go audition for the 2018 The Voice, but she told me that like there is a contract that comes with it, especially if you win. Even if you don't, you can't sign or record with any other labels. It's very very strict there. I'm not sure if it's just The Voice Belgium, but I think it's all of them. So she told me like, yeah, I'm not allowed to like record or sign with any labels for 5 years. And for 5 years, I noticed that she actually got into a group with one of the judges. He has a group called Hoover Phonic, a really really great group, and so she became the lead singer. And she recently just left, and it's been about like 5 years. So I think that she left because now she has the freedom to record whatever she wants. So yeah.
So they do that in Belgium too. That's too bad because I've heard issues. I know one girl who said that they treated her unfairly in The Voice, and just the way they do things is more like a regime. It's sort of like you want to get out there, you have to. It's sort of like boot camp for singers.
Pay the price, yeah.
Yeah, pay the price, and then one day you become famous. But like, is it really? Um, yeah. So another person asks, "What's the best piece of advice another musician ever get?" Yeah, we just already asked that already. But answer his question anyway.
Yeah. So the advice that I got from other musicians is just to like this is actually something that Bree Taylor and Kendra told me at the Bread and Honey Festival. They kept saying like, just keep doing what you're doing, don't give up, and that really motivated me to be like, oh, after the competition, you know what? I'm gonna go record another song. I'm gonna go look for events. I'm gonna try to get my song on the radio. So that really motivated me.
I actually know a few people might want to work with you, so I'll have to get in contact with them because you
Oh
might be
yeah,
good for them. Yeah,
definitely email me.
yeah,
I would be interested.
yeah. And obviously have to put your manager's name in there too. So just trying to
Yes,
be the protocol, right?
yes.
Um, so if another person asks, if you had to write a book tomorrow, what would you write about?
um, I think I would write about my life. I would write about like in the musical aspect. I would explain like where I came from, how many obstacles I had to kind of get over, whether it's like my own insecurities or whether it's other people kind of putting me down. But I would definitely like write a book to kind of explain where I came from and how I kind of got out of, the tunnel.
That's interesting. What would you call it? I'm interested in knowing what the title would be. Getting out of the
Um,
tunnel.
yeah, actually, why not? Out of the tunnel.
Out of the tunnel. There you go.
There we
Okay,
go.
everyone. That's the name of our book.
Available on Amazon.
Yeah. So what's okay? What social issues matter to you?
This is actually very interesting because since I want to go to law, I have to kind of be passionate about a few of them. I'm very passionate about women's rights. I'm very passionate about the environment, very passionate about racism as well,
Yeah.
especially police brutality. I study that actually in one of my courses. Just a lot of different social issues really, really matter to me. Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on, I have to go out to the mic setting because you're losing it again. Okay, got it.
Better?
Yeah.
All right.
Um. So, okay, what's the next one? A lot of questions here. Hmm. All right. Well, um, How do you deal? Okay, how do you deal with stress?
Oh, I'm a very mindful person. I love reading. I love meditating. I love journaling. Anyone who follows me on Instagram would see that I post like daily affirmations or like if I'm doing yoga or something, I would post that as well. And quotes, I love reading them. Like every morning, I actually go on my phone and I look at some of those pages that have like those quotes that kind of get you out of bed. So I'm a really, really mindful person, and all of that really helps ease my stress.
Yeah. Well, the next question is from Amber. How do you combine your music career with your studies?
That's a really good question. So, so far, it's going really well because I'm not in school right now. School will be starting next week. So I think that's when I'm going to have to really learn how to balance everything. I'm going to have to learn how to balance studying after classes and making music in my free time. I think everything is just about balance. You kind of have to organize it properly. You kind of have to just know when to prioritize what. Because there will be some days where, for example, I have the single that I want to finish and I have nothing to do for school, so I will prioritize music. Or if I have an essay that I have to finish, I kind of put music aside for like a couple of days and then focus on something that needs to be submitted, you know?
I like that answer. Valley asks, I think we've already answered this one. Do you have any songs in project now? I think I asked you what your next song was. Can you share a little bit more about that one?
Yeah, so that song is called Belladonna, and we're in the process of finalizing it. We're mastering it right now. Just a couple of tweaks here and there that we need to do to perfect it. But it's a song that I've been working on before the summertime. So throughout the summer, I kind of had time to like rewrite some lyrics or get more inspiration, especially since I was traveling this summer. I traveled a lot, so that's actually the main inspiration of my song. And it will be coming out soon. So if you come to my event on September 12th at the Rec Room, it's a free event. You may or may not hear it. So,
Well, Jazzy, I will be there because I have it in my calendar and so to make sure.
thank you. Thank you
You're
so
welcome.
much for your support.
There's a few questions about talking about your town, what Mississauga is like, and I don't have to ask those because I live there.
Yeah, you do.
Um,
Yeah.
Zaina wants to say, I love you.
I
Ah.
love you too.
Okay, so we have another question here. Wait a minute. Yeah, here we go. Have you ever thought of making a music video for Criminal?
Yeah, so I actually I did like a small photo shoot and teaser on my Instagram, and I really want to do a music video for that. We actually rented out a studio for the day, and that is where we actually took all the photos and we recorded the teaser. So it would be nice to go back and kind of record it for real this time and make a whole music video. I already have a whole idea in my head, so it would be nice to kind of see that come to life.
Yeah. Oh my God, you're my motivation, my idol, my inspiration. And you get to talk to her live too, eh, Zaina? There you go. So this question's
So cute.
interesting. Amber, what's your favorite language to sing in?
That's the hardest question to ask a multilingual person. I think, okay, so I have never recorded a song in this language, but that is a plan that is something that I want to do. I absolutely love songs in Spanish. And my favorite one to sing for now is English, just because I feel like I can communicate better through that. I can write lyrics through that better. But I think that if when I start recording in Spanish as well, I think that would be my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are there any songs you would love to cover? A song that means a lot to you or a song that you really like?
Yes, actually. So in the show that I will be doing not next week, the week after. No, sorry, next week. Yeah, next week. I will be doing a few covers of songs that I absolutely love. Some of them will be like throwback songs that people from generations before me will definitely know, and songs that are kind of newer today. So those songs that I will be performing, I'll also be posting videos of it so you can hear it. But the songs that I will be singing are the ones that I personally love a lot and that have a lot of meaning to me.
Yeah. So again, tell us where you'll be on the 12th.
So on the 12th at the Rec Room in Square One, and I will be performing at 7:30 p.m. There will be, I think, 4 other singers that will be performing on the same in the same night. Some before me, some after me. So I'm going to be kind of performing in the middle of the event. But yeah, I will be singing for half an hour, so you guys can hop in, hear me sing for all that time, hear some of my songs, some songs that I love, and it is a free event. So I encourage everyone, if you have time and if you want to kind of get out of the house, please come. It would be so nice to see you. So yeah.
And if you sing a version of Rising Queen and Belladonna, I'll definitely be recording it and find some way of putting it in the description, maybe create a link to it or something. So I would be willing to do that.
Yeah, that'd be
What
great.
what was the pandemic like for you? How did you survive that? Can you give us a little bit of an idea?
Yeah, so I think for everyone it was really, really difficult. But for me, of course, I think like everyone, they were thrilled to have the first month or so off of school, off of work. And then it kind of, when I didn't know when the lockdown was going to end, I kind of felt like I was in like an endless cycle of just being in my room all the time. But that is actually when I found like great moments to kind of practice my singing, practice art, practice being more mindful, and having more time for me and the things that I love to do. Whereas when I was in school, like I would be studying a lot, I wouldn't really have too much time. So it was really nice to have some time for myself. But at one point, I definitely felt like I was going crazy, you know? So yeah.
Well, somebody's asking you, like, Amber, you gotta tell us what you mean by that because this is an actual live stream. She's actually live right now, so I don't know what you're talking about. She's asking if there's a live stream. So, um, she must have you given Amber the link so that she could have followed this, I think, or
Yeah. So the link is in my Instagram bio. It's literally the first thing that you see. It's like a little YouTube block in my it's in my the website in my bio.
okay. Um, that's good. Yeah, but with the pandemic, it hit opera singers hard. They couldn't
Yeah.
perform anymore. They were doing a lot of online concerts, which was good. And it was only just, I guess, around last year when um, everything is open up now. So one of them, Natalie Ida, she went out and she started performing again. And we had her on our show, and she's actually a great soprano. And yeah, she's going out giving shows, and she's posting the photos on Instagram. She's pretty good.
I think
Um,
actually I saw that podcast with her that you did, the interview.
yeah.
Yeah. She's
Um,
amazing.
your mom asked a question. I think she's talking about what Amber said. A show that can be arranged by Amber, but might be a bit late. That's right. So she wants to know about a live stream if
Oh,
she can
okay.
do
If
it.
there's going to be a live stream. Yeah, so it can be arranged, but it will be pretty late. I think it will be
Well, I know
like
that.
really early in the morning for you guys. So what I will do is I will have yeah, so for the 12th of September, it will be too late to do a live stream for you guys. But what I will do is I will have a cameraman come take a video of all my songs, and I will be posting that on my Instagram and on my TikTok. So you guys can kind of listen to everything.
Are you? How long are you on for? Because I might be able to do a live stream for myself and just load it in or something. But we'll see what we can do.
Hmm.
Thank you, DK. Excellent. Yeah, your manager's excellent. I met her actually. She's very nice, and your dad too.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah. Um, so yeah. So okay, we're gonna try to end this stream. Okay. Any more questions? Anybody want to ask? Let's see if there's any more questions here. Do you mind if you ask two more?
Sorry?
Can we ask you two more?
Yeah, for sure. I have time.
What would you do if you made a mistake during a performance?
Just like I learned at Walters Music School, and this is actually where I learned this from, you make a mistake, you keep going. You don't stop. You don't be like, oh, oops, I'm so sorry. You just keep going. You pretend it never happened because people won't notice. Most likely, actually, and this is what I learned from taking piano lessons. In piano, if you make a mistake, no one will notice it unless you make it noticeable. And I think that goes for singing too. If you want it to be noticeable, you make a big deal out of it. But if you want people to kind of brush it off and be like, oh, she's human too. Sometimes mistakes happen. You just keep going.
I wish I knew this when I did that one big performance in the church a few years ago. I was singing, I don't know if you heard of her, Christian contemporary music, a musician called Steve Green. Anyway, I sang one of his songs. And I learned it for 2 weeks. And the second stanza lyrics, I couldn't remember. So I substituted the first for the second. And everyone came up to me and said, that was great. Oh, you had good voice and everything. Instead of just shutting up and saying thank you, I went, yeah, but I forgot the second part. Like,
Oh my
don't do
goodness.
that.
I know. And like sometimes when I come home, I start to like criticize myself a little bit. And my mom, she's like, you did great. Like, why are you judging yourself? Everyone loved your performance. It's also because I'm a perfectionist. So sometimes I feel the need to kind of go back and be like, oh, but I did this wrong. No, just keep going. Don't let that discourage you.
Yeah, I got to do this thing to your mic first before. Every so often I take this off and I take it. Keep it. Okay. So anyway, um, so these two questions are within the same kind of theme. So I'll ask these two last questions and then we'll end the stream. The first one is, what would you do if the audience looked bored during your performance?
That is a really good question. Especially because like so far that hasn't happened to me, and I don't know what I would do if that were to happen. I would try to like maybe be more engaging with the audience. Like if it's a song that they know, I can be like hey, you guys know the next line or something, and make them sing part of it. If not, just keep singing. If they're bored, they're bored. You just keep singing and end the show knowing at least that there would definitely be at least one person that liked your performance. It's impossible for the entire audience to hate it, you know?
Okay, in this part here, now you're going on stage and you're about to perform. What would you do to energize the audience?
So first of all, stage presence is huge. And that's probably a reason why most singers feel like the audience is bored. It's because if you're standing, like for one slow song, I think it's nice to just stand in the spot. Be present with your hands. Like for Seven Nation Army at the Bread and Honey Festival, I was very jazzy with my hands. But be present on stage. Walk around, take the mic off, do a little twirl, do some dance move or something, Be present on stage and make them know that you enjoy being there too.
I like that. Wow.
Yeah.
That's yeah, we're so proud of you. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Definitely. Maybe we should take some of these old comments and put them back on. Zaina says, I love you.
I love you too, Zena.
Um, keep up the good work. This is excellent. See, you're very well loved, huh?
Thank
And
you so much, everyone. Yeah, most of these are actually my family and friends. So it means the absolute world to me that you guys came to the interview today and you guys asked questions and said
yes,
sweet things.
thank you very much, Amber and Valley and um, Ramos. And we're going to put his comment back on screen. She's very talented. And Amber's. I'm so proud of you. Very talented. So excellent.
Thank you.
Thank
So
you,
sweet of
everyone,
you
for
guys.
joining us on this live stream. Remember, she's going to be at the entertainment district, I think, at Square One. Both
The rec room.
the rec room. That's only going to be good for people who live in our area. But anybody who's really a fan of yours, who's probably in Hamilton, Oakville, whatever, they would have no problem showing up to watch you. Right, everyone?
I would hope
Right?
so. And also, there is an award show coming up on the 16th of September at 6:30 p.m. It's the Mississauga Music Awards. I got nominated, and you actually can buy the tickets, and I can put it on the link in my story. But you can buy tickets and you can go there. It'll be kind of like a gala. So it'll be also pretty fun for anyone who wants to come and see the winners or, you know.
Can you email that information to me so I can put it in my book?
Yes.
Excellent.
It's actually gonna be at the RBC Theater in the Living Arts Center.
Good. Okay, everyone,
Yeah.
we're going to end this. I just want to go scroll to the bottom. Oh, here we go. So, thank you for a great interview. Thank you very much, Jazzy's mom. Appreciate that.
It's actually my dad.
Oh, that's your dad. Okay,
Yeah.
your dad. Thank you, your dad. Excellent. Thanks for setting up everything. Appreciate that. Okay, so we're going to end the stream. Thank you, everyone, for showing up. Amber, DK, K Jella. I don't know how to pronounce that name.
Kiela.
Jella, thank you. Zaina, Into, Valley, thank you very much for showing and watching and enjoying this interview. So have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your weekend, Jazzy, and I
Thank
will see
you.
you on the 12th.
Thank you everyone for
Thank
joining,
you,
and I'll see you
everyone.
guys.
Thank
Bye.
you. We're going to be ending the stream. I have to go for somewhere here. 1 second. So thank you, everyone. We're going to end the stream. See you, Jazzy.
Bye.